Well, we're back on the bus. We're in Helsinki and I'm here with the CEO, Siemens Australia and New Zealand. And of course, as part of this delegation with the European Australian Business Council, we had a fantastic couple of days in Berlin, of which the highlight was actually going out to visit Siemens, and a spectacular facility, not very far from Berlin actually, and a site visit not only to your beautiful historic building, because it was, I think, built in 1913.
Yes, it was,
right?
yes.
But also to go through and see the demonstration and the site visit around Fusesaver. Talk to me about that.
So Fusesaver is an Australian innovation. We've been doing it for about 14 years now, and we use a technology that's manufactured in Berlin, the vacuum insulator, and we incorporate that in a technology based around cutting high-powered lines in the quickest possible form to help prevent from bushfires. And we sell that now globally around the world to about 35 countries. And we've just announced that we're expanding the facility in Yatala in Brisbane. And because I'm a South Australian, I thought that was a prison, but it's actually in Brisbane. But yes, where we're expanding the facility, going to double the workload and export to around $300 million a year over the next 10 years.
Do you think a lot of Australians would appreciate that we have a German company with a very significant footprint in Australia, Australian technology, exporting to the world in this way? It just really goes to show that collaboration, doesn't it?
It does, and when you think about it, I mean, Siemens is very much in the whole ecosystem of the energy transition, and in Australia we've developed a sliver of technology that feeds into that whole ecosystem.
Yeah, which has a really significant impact, as you said. You know, you talked about in bushfires, but of course there are probably other applications as well with that technology, right?
There is, yes.
So this brings me then to part of the reason we've been in Europe, and at the time with the FTA, the Defence Security Partnership, and of course Horizon Europe. You've already got, as a company, a pretty good track record in Horizon Europe, not obviously with Australia in some parts, but how do you see now us getting a seat at the table for your company? Because this is about industry, not just about universities, and I've talked about that quite a bit. Where do you see the benefits for a company like Siemens?
I can see we can take the lessons learned of what corporate Siemens have done to tap into Horizon Europe, and currently they're already tucked in. And we can take those lessons and bring them back to Australia and work with the R&D sector of the universities in Australia to help find the easiest path to tap into this vast amount of money for R&D. And I think if we're laser focused and take those lessons learned, we'll be able to be successful and come out with some end products.
Do you think we're match fit? Do you think we're ready as a sector, as an R&D and innovation sector in Australia? Because I do think we've got a lot to learn from what we've seen in Berlin, in Brussels, here in Helsinki. We're great, but there's still a lot we can be doing.
I think we've got a lot to learn, but I think as Australians we like a challenge, and we'll step up and we'll have a good crack at it. Yeah. So I think we'll be successful, but there's a bit to go. We've got a bit to learn about it.
Yeah, there's a bit to go to actually turn something that is a fantastic announcement into a deliverable. And with partnerships with companies like Siemens, I know you're already embedded in universities in Australia, you hope that can only grow.
Correct, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter. Great to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you, Vicki. Very good.